Do you want to win loads of credits in Gran Turismo? The answer is obviously yes. Let's do it. 3 million credits are up for grabs. I promise that I give you the inside line on who to vote for, who not to vote for, and I'm going to do it now. I was at the last World Finals, got to see all the teams and drivers up close, so I'm giving you a little bit of inside information. So here we go. Let's start with manufacturers. This was very dramatically won by Porsche in Amsterdam, famously. I don't know if it's famous, but they got the calls right on the tyres as it was a wet, dry race. If that's going to be the same at Barcelona, you can expect Porsche to do okay, at least, because they got a nicely balanced car. It's an MR car they'll probably be using if it's Group 3. Now, Subaru came in second. Subaru is always a ridiculously strong team. And Lamborghini were the surprise factor coming in third, beating out Toyota and Nissan in fourth and five, respectively. So I'm going to start off here with McLaren. McLaren came second from last in Amsterdam, and they've got Mizonio in there. They've got Constantino, so good they named him twice, and Donovan Parker, but I wouldn't vote for McLaren. I don't think they've ever really done well at a World Finals. It's just a difficult manufacturer to drive for. Now we come here with Toyota, Karatsa, Koke Lopez and Kobayashi. Koke Lopez is the reigning Nations Cup champion, so he's a reigning sort of fastest driver, albeit in controversial circumstances. By the way, I've got an interview with Koke Lopez where he gives you some secrets how to drive fast. I'll link that at the end of the video if you can drive fast yourself. Toyota's a very solid bet, but like I said, they finished fourth in Amsterdam. Here comes Nissan, who finished fifth. They got Kokoban, Hafidi and Estevez. I'm not feeling Nissan as much compared to Toyota, so if you're going to go out of those two, I'll go for Toyota. And then we go Subaru. So we've got Miyazono and Killian, very strong driver pairing. If you want to know who arguably the strongest driver pairing is, it's those two. But then Sternberg is a little bit more of an unknown quantity. I don't think he was there for Subaru in Amsterdam, although I might be wrong. So Subaru, if you place your bet on Subaru, it's a pretty solid choice, but how Sternberg going to hold up, we will see. BMW, we've got Kalen Roach, who literally cannot be photographed. He's a vampire. Seiya Suzuki as well, and Lebutali. I don't think BMW are going to do that well. They did do 6 in Amsterdam, but I would not vote for BMW. I think it's a pretty difficult manufacturer, and there's no real standout elite drivers there. AMG definitely have elite drivers. Baptiste Beauvoir, who I spent a lot of time with in Amsterdam, had a really frustrating race. He made some mistakes. AMG actually came in last in that race. But it's a really solid driver lineup with Benelli, Yamanaki and Beauvoir. Baptiste Beauvoir, by the way, drives in third person. For anyone who thinks that third person is not the fastest way, it definitely is, because Baptiste drives in it. That's a very strong team. So if you're an emotional person and you want to go with a bit of a story, I would actually vote for AMG, because there's some great drivers on that team, very emotional drivers. I'll have to see if they can get it together. Mazda came 9th in Amsterdam. It's not that good. They got Polyura, who was part of the winning Nations team. I'll get onto that, and got massively rated by his co-competitors for that drive. Okimoto and Robbie Heck as well. But Mazda is going to be a super difficult manufacturer unless it's going to be GT3 and the RX Vision is just a good car for it. So Mazda's an outside bet. Lamborghini really proved everyone wrong there. I don't think it's the strongest driver lineup on paper, but they proved everyone wrong. Completely fair play, getting a podium. So if you want an outside bet, if Lamborghini were to win, it would be just, genuinely unheard of. So I wouldn't vote for Lamborghini, but if you're a purist for the Italian manufacturer, you might want to go for that. Now here come Porsche. Here, very controversially, Angel Inostroza, in tragic circumstances, was involved in an accident before Amsterdam. And the controversial part is that Gran Turismo did not replace him with the driver that would have taken his place. Basically, that driver wasn't very happy about it. There was some discussion about whether rules had been followed. But the reality is that it was Jose Serrano Hossetti, who I've raced before, really fast driver, really fair driver, and Sasaki, who came first actually as a pairing. Now they've got Inostroza as well, who's a very strong driver. Some would say he might be the strongest driver there. I believe he won the Logitech McLaren G Challenge last year as well in his region. So I think Porsche, again, are the team to go for. Hossetti, Sasaki and Inostroza. I think your vote probably should be with Porsche. And what a story that would be for Angel Inostroza. My teammate, actually, at Veloci, so we're teammates, comrades, hopefully going to have a fairy tale ending. Finishing here with Honda, who came in P7. Valerio Gallo, again, I spent a lot of time with him over the weekend. Very fast driver, Nations Cup champion 2021. Also Olympic Cup champion, beating out Baptiste Bovar and Nabitani and Pessoa. So some new drivers from Brazil here, I believe. Strong candidate, but I don't think they're going to win it unless it's a very wet race and the Honda somehow comes out clutch. For Renault, we've got Guy, Barbara, Murillo and Mosso. And Renault came P10. Frankly, I don't expect anyone to vote Renault. And finally, we've got Genesis, who, where did they come? They came P8, but again, Genesis is not a marquee sort of mark for these purposes. So I'm going to vote Porsche. But if you really want to have a sort of outside bet, I'd go for AMG or maybe Toyota, maybe Subaru as well. So voting for anyone outside those four, I think is going to be an outside bet. Now let's go into Nations that was sensationally won by Spain, making Josetti a double champion at the Amsterdam tournament thing that I went to. Let's have a look here. So we had Spain are the champions of that. Josetti, Coco Lopez and Palura. You'd be bold to bet against it. I think they are the favourites here. So there we go. Then we've got France, Kylian, Baptiste, two elite level drivers. Thomas Lebuteli, I'm not sure he's quite at that level. So Palura had an incredible stint in Amsterdam. So I think that's why France might be slightly underrated, but who knows, anything can happen. Then we come to Italy, Gallo, Mangano and Bisnelli. Really strong three driver lineup here for Italy. They came fourth in Amsterdam. So again, it could happen there. They've got Valerio Gallo, obviously he's a standout driver there, but Mangano super fast as well. Coming to the Netherlands, and they came fifth in Amsterdam in their home race. Are they going to do as well here? I would be surprised. I think they're more of an outside bet. Coming now to Belgium. Oh, it's Keanu De Vroy. I thought it was Kevin De Vroy, because I've raced him so many times. We're normally in the same split, actually, in Nations, aren't we? And Giovanni and Quintin. Belgium came sixth in Amsterdam, not too far from home. But again, I think they're an outside bet. The USA came in 10th. But I think everyone would love to see the USA win a Nations event. I think that'd be huge. But they're going to be massive outsiders here. Same for Canada. Ethan Lim, Trent Jeffrey and Mark Pinnell. They came 8th in Amsterdam, so they will be an outside bet. But best luck to Canada. Brazil came 3rd. Arguably the strongest driver lineup, Iga Fraga, who's literally sponsored by Gran Turismo to race in Super Formulas in Japan, and I think doing a very good job, or Super Formula Light, something like that. Benelli and Carazza, this is a super strong team. So if you want to see Brazil do well like it's the Football World Cup, then you can't really go wrong voting for Brazil. I think it's probably a coin toss between Brazil, Japan and Spain. So we'll come to Chile first. Inestrosa comes back, Harold Wilson and Fabio Portella. How can Chile do? Inestrosa he came second in the nation. Oh, I'm not sure he came second in the end because there was contact between him and Coco Lopez, but he was in the lead for the Nations Cup final last year. So very strong driver, but they will be an outside bet. Then we come to Japan. Now there is no Miyazono here, so no Miyazono in this lineup, but we've got Kobayashi, Sasaki and Suzuki. How can Japan do? They came second last time, but it was a whopping 15 seconds behind Spain in Amsterdam because of the weather that caused absolute chaos. But very solid team. They're nearly always at the top, so you can go feel free to vote for Japan. Then we've got Malaysia. We've got the world's fastest driver, Dinesh Wignasawan. Although they did come P12 in Amsterdam, I asked them why. If you've seen my interviews, and there was an issue with the driver change. Taj Ayman and Iqbal Suji making up that team. And finally we come to New Zealand, who came second from last, 11th, Matthew McEwen, Simon Bishop and Thomas England. But if you want to support the New Zealanders, you can feel free to vote for them. Right, there we go. That's my prediction. I think realistically you need to vote for Spain, Italy, France, Japan or Brazil if you just think about the money. But I wish all of the drivers the best of luck. I hope we create some new heroes here. It's an incredible event, and yeah, best luck to all the drivers. You can actually see me interviewing some of them around the screen here. So please go and watch those videos, and that might affect your decision on who you vote for. But it's going to be exciting. I can't wait. And I hope, most importantly, you get the credits.